to see how Goodwill has grown and participated and helped so many people is almost beyond belief.
We talk about this Goodwill champion as somebody who has really championed Goodwill in an important way, and Pat Grayson is probably the epitome of that.
It was a real desire to see an organization that would help people who had disabilities and to help people who were economically strained.
40 years ago, he and 3 other people had this idea, and this idea was that they would take this stuff that people no longer needed here in the upstate, the Midlands, and they'd find a way to sell that stuff, and they'd use those proceeds to help people, to provide jobs for people with barriers to employment and to provide training for them.
Lloyd had some habits. One of his habits was that he would call people late at night. And he called up and he said, I had a wonderful time in Boston and I heard this speaker and I'm going to bring Goodwill to Greenville, and do you want to help? So I said, well, sure.
Somehow these 4 people with this vision got together, and Pat Grayson was one of those 4 founders, and they put their money, their time, their vision, and their commitment behind something that they had never seen.
And Lloyd was very successful in his business and could have done this totally on his own. But he decided that, no, I need more people to be involved. I need the community to be involved.
As the idea of Goodwill was being formed in the mind of Pat and a few others, I think one of the key strategic things they did was to bring in people who were real leaders in the community. And so I think that gave Goodwill, or the idea of Goodwill at the time, a lot of credibility.
Lloyd had a way of getting people involved, and he would go to the top leaders in Greenville. James Mann, I'm sure was a congressman in that time frame. He was on the original board. Max Heller, being a very civic-minded mover and shaker of Greenville, wanted to support Goodwill and said that, okay, when you open up, I'll be out there and I'll help you in the opening, and I know how to run a cash register, I know how to do a lot of business things, and I'll be there for you.
If a nonprofit organization does well for a few months, or maybe a year, maybe it's good management. And if it does longer than that, you're really asking, tell me about the board of directors. And when you can put together kind of 40 years of growth and success and making a difference in people's lives, you're saying, gosh, who started this? And so for us, we're back to Pat Grayson.
Well, I'm just glad to have been a part of it. I'm glad to have been at the very early stages of it, and to be able to look back now and see what has happened and to be proud of that.